Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In the previous tutorial we saw how to print a star pattern multiple times like this. But we can print star multiple times like this also, right? So today in this tutorial we'll discuss about this, how to print the star pattern like this one after the another multiple times. So to do this, first step is we need to take the input. Here we need two inputs. First one is for how many rows we want in our pattern, and the second input is how many times we want to repeat that pattern. Alright, so open up a Python file. Let's take two inputs. We are taking two inputs here. One is number of rows and another one is how many times you want to repeat the pattern. So this is our today's pattern. Here in this example, number of row is 4. We want 4 rows in the output. And how many times you want to repeat the pattern? Thrice, 3 times. Okay, so num value is the number of row is 4. Whenever we write the program for the patterns, we'll usually start like this. We'll take two for loops. One for loop is for row and another for loop is to print the column. First we'll write the for loop for row. Inside that we'll write the for loop for column. That's because we'll write the pattern like this. In a row we'll print the column. After completing that row, we'll go to the next row and we'll print the star or space, whatever we need in the column, we'll print that. So here also we'll do the same thing. First we'll take the for loop for row. Here row is the variable. In the range function, I need to mention how many row we want in our output in the pattern. So we want num row, right? Here we are taking the input from the user, that is the number of rows we want in our output. So we need to mention that here. Now inside a row, we need to print the value for column. Here you can see in the column, first we want to print star. In this row also, first we need 2 stars. In this we need 3 star. In this we need 4 star. Next followed by the space. Next, in this pattern, we need to repeat the same, that is 1 star, 3 space, 1 star, 3 space. Here also 2 star, 2 space, 2 star, 2 space, 2 star, 2 space. That is, we are printing the star pattern multiple times, right? That's why we are repeating this. So now, inside the row, first we need to take the for loop for star to print star. Okay, so here for column, how many times you want to print the star? Here if I mention only one value, that means it will take the default value for this start, that is 0. So row will start from 0. So first row value will be 0, 1. So here when row is 0, I want 1 star. First let's just consider this pattern. Well, let's see how to write the program for this pattern. So here when row is 0, I want 1 star. When row is 1, I want 2 star. When row is 2, I want 3 star. That means row plus 1 star, right? Here, row plus 1 star. How many star we want? Row plus 1. Then here, use print function to print star. Next, after star, we need to print space. Here also, after star, we need to print space. After star, we need to print space. In row 0, we want 3 space. In row 1, we want 2 space. In row 2, we want 1 space, and in row 3, we want 0 space. For that, I can take it like this. Number of row minus row minus 1. This formula will work. Number of row is 4 here in this example. Row number is 1 minus 1. So we'll get 2. So we need 2 space here. Here also. Number of row is 4. Row value is 2 minus 1. So we'll get 1. So we need to use this formula here. What we need to do? We need to print space and end is equal to space. Alright, now we are done with this. Next we need to repeat the same. We need to print star, then 3 space, star and 3 space. How many times I want to print this star space, Here 3. What is 3? That is the num value, which represents how many times we want to repeat the pattern. That means we want to execute this piece of code num times. So we need to include this piece of code inside the for loop. That is here. Here I need to mention how many times you want to repeat, num times. and we need to include this inside this for loop. Why? Because we want to repeat the pattern multiple times. We want to repeat the pattern, that's why we need to include this for loop, and inside that we need to write these two, that is to print star as well as print space. Now next is, here we are done with this. Now we need to print the next row in the next line, that's why we need to use print function here. The last line of this for loop for row is print function, that is we need new line for every row. Okay, so now we are done with the program. Save and execute this program. Sorry, syntax error. So now let's save and execute this. Number of row, I'll take 4. How many times you want to repeat the pattern? 3 times, and here you can see the output. And if you want space between every pattern, then here you need to use print function. Now execute this. Number of row is 4, 3, and here you can see the output. If I give 5, 2, 6 and 1. Okay, so that's it for now guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll meet you in next class. Till then, take care.